Welcome to the Jubilee Recreation Center. Cody Jansen with you here on 12 Ounce Sports. It's Tuesday, July 14th. Getting set for day number 2, week 2 of the 12 Ounce Sports Cup. Our opening game features the Riverbend taking on the Mustangs. Riverbend still looking for their first win, while the Mustangs went 2-0 to open up tournament play. Eric George in the lineup here for the Mustangs to kick this one off. Your starting goaltenders is going to be Jonathan McMillan for the Mustangs. Hunter Lukoweski once again for the Rivermen. Mustangs on offense, 4-on-4 here, 2 10-minute halves as we get things going. It's Eric George right towards the front, and he scores. Eric George opens the scoring, doesn't take long, and the Mustangs go up 1-0. Tanner Tassi, the ball carrier. Warrior product back on the floor. Probably been a year off for him. Hands it off to Reno on that left-hand side. Eric George out there as well. Greg Braille defend. George steps into a shot. Lukoweski with the save. That pass for Reno. He can't corral it. But he's all over Darren Bray. He's going to pick up the loose ball here. Reno up top. Matt Murphy was there as well. Sam Dulk. Pardon me, that's Logan Noyan off the bench. Bray on defense picks it up. Chucks up a pass for Greg Bray. Not sure he's going to be able to get to it. Throws his stick. John McMillan has it, and he'll fire it up the floor. Sam Dulk, right-hand side. Up top for George. And George cutting out in front. That shot went just wide. Dulk's got the rebound in the corner. Lukoweski knocked it down behind the net, but Tanner Tassi was there as well. The battle ensues. Loose ball is going to be scooped up in transition. Go the Rivermen. Pass over for Darren Brink. Zach Wildeboer has it. Gonna let the offense get set up top. Ethan Peterson. Darren Bray off the right side up top for Greg Bray. Low shot. McMillan doesn't have to make a save. Wildeboer out of the corner. That pass over for Peterson again. Down low. Darren Bray was out in front. Quick pass. Got past him. Jackson Dewart. Left side. His first chance on offense. Low shot. Try to go glove side. This one's going to bounce all the way down into Mustang territory. Waiting for it. It's Greg Bray all alone. Stopped by McMillan. Greg Bray with a chance to tie it up for the Rivermen. John McMillan comes through clutch. Boy, he was good in week 1. Putting up a 1.5 goals against average. That's enough to lead the 12 Ounce Sports Cup so far. Hard pick by Murphy. Dulk by the net trying to scoop it up. Cole's all over him. Dulk out front trying to make some space for himself. Dishes it off to Murphy. Reno left side. A little bit of room to shoot. Won't do so. Dulk up top again. Throws that one a D-Weird. Ends up coming flying in there. Catches it in his jersey. Lucky bounce. He's going to grab it in the corner. Tanner Tassi, the late man, off the bench. Passes over for Dewar. Gets it back up top. Mustangs controlling the offense here. Haven't had too many great opportunities. but they have been controlling the ball here early. Just over 5 minutes in. Leeward shot goes off the post and it's going to bounce all the way back to John McMillan. Ethan Peterson in transition now. He's going to go flying up the floor. Darren Bray posts up on the right-hand side. Greg Bray's up top. Zach Wildeboer on his left. Pass over for Darren Bray. Goes zinging past his head. Still loose bouncing around. Reynolds going to control. 4:30 left to go. Opening half here. Mustangs lead at 1-0 thanks to a goal from Eric George. He's the ball handler right now. He'll be on the left-hand side. George for Dalek trying to go short side. Lukoweski with the left arm. Kept it out. That pass for Tassi. Flies past him. Eric George left side, kept to the outside by Bray. George now right past him, trying to go 5-hole. Lukoweski shuts the wickets. Rebound controlled by the Mustangs. They'll get another chance to set up the offense. Deemers off the bench. Tassi thought about shooting. Now he's going to cut it close towards the net. Lukoweski's got to look behind him. Greg Bray sends one down for Wildeboer. Zach Wildeboer with it. That pass got deflected by Eric George. Thought about taking off for offense. Darren Bray, right side. Over the head of Greg Bray. Chance for the Mustangs so they can go quick in transition. Raynell up for George. All alone. Eric George for two, and he's got it. Eric George with his second of the evening. The Mustangs go up 2-0. Wildeboer's pass down for Cole. Ends up off the boards, and McMillan. Nice little behind the back pass there. Finds Jackson Dewart. Tassi on the right-hand side. Just over 2 left to play here in the opening frame. Tassi's got Wildeboer all over a Mustangs lead by 2. George's pass through the slot to no one. Tassi battling for it, gets the loose ball, but then he drops it himself into the corner. Cole's right on him. Dewart up top. Logan Noy and Eric George out there with him. It's Tassi out in front to shoot. Noy couldn't grab the rebound. Tassi again from the outside. He's not afraid to shoot it from out there. The lefty can definitely sling it. Little backhand dish for George, bouncing around. Crease violation called on Noyan. Ethan Peterson out of the corner now. 70 seconds left to go in the first half. Greg Bray left side out in front. Low shot on McMillan. He made the save. Rebound still hopping around. McMillan flopping around. Is it going to have to stop a rebound out of transition? Here goes Matt Murphy in transition off to the races. Murphy, the lefty, looking to go 5-hole. Lukoweski says no. Peterson, right side. The Rivermen unable to beat John McMillan so far here. 38 seconds. We'll see what they can muster. Connor Pennick now getting some offensive time. Zach Wildeboer's there as well with the Bray brothers. Darren right side. A little bit of a fake, thought about cutting. George stands him up out in front. He tries to go behind the back. Misses by a couple of feet. Now Greg Bray's going to have to go for a run. 12 seconds left. Rivermen pull the goalie. They're getting an extra man out there. Wildeboer to shoot. And that goes over. Reynolds got a chance. He's got 5 seconds. Follow the bouncing ball. Cole's back there. It's not going to go in, and that's going to do it after the first half. The Mustangs leading the Rivermen by a score of 2-0. We'll step aside for a quick break. You're watching 12-Ounce Sports Cup. Back at the JRC, Cody Jansen with you here on 12-Ounce Sports, getting set for the second half of the opening game of Week 2 at the 12-Ounce Sports Cup. It's the Mustangs and the Rivermen. Eric George, back-to-back goals for the Mustangs, has them up 2-0. But the Rivermen, boy, they got an ever-dangerous offense. But John McMillan's been great once again, as expected. And here's Greg Bray with the long shot. McMillan wearing those Team Ireland gloves. Boy, I love those. What an experience at the Worlds 2019 in Langley. Unbelievable. McMillan as well. Huge honor for him. That's a huge accomplishment for the Warriors. Rivermen on offense. Greg Bray behind the net trying to set things up. Throws it for Wildeboer. Opportunity there. Greg Bray, low bouncer. Ends up going over the net. Ethan Peterson, right side, throws it across. D-Word's got it in transition. Here goes Jackson D-Word with Eric George for the hat trick, and he butchers it. Eric George hacks it to the ground. Now he's going to walk out in front. Loves to go high on that right corner. Ends up getting stopped this time by Luka Weski. Keeps it a 2-goal game. Peterson controls. Off the bench was panicking back is Logan Noyan. Almost blows a tire there. He controls. Oh, he almost threw that into his own goal. John McMillan's got to be sharp. Wow. A little bit careless running around the goal that time. Mustangs go back on offense. They are 2-0. The Rivermen are winless so far in the 12-Ounce Sports Cup. That's a surprise at a half. Tassie with an absolute bomb from the right-hand side. Good kick to the corner. Cutting back out in front is George once again. Takes a hit. Ball pumps up to Reno. Now it's Matt Murphy. Plenty of room. Puts it right in the logo. Rivermen netminder Hunter Luka Weski keeping it a 2-goal game here. Peterson and Bray in transition off the bench decide to wait. Cole across the floor. Wildeboer, the righty. Little slick move. One hands it over for Bray. A little bit low. Reynolds can't ground the loose ball as Cole was stepping up on him. Josh McCallion on the left-hand side. Another big righty. Him and Eric George, a dynamic 1-2 duo for the Rebels in the RMLL. Matt Murphy's got the loose ball, but the ref's going to say it went off of a Mustang player and out of play. 7:17 left to go here in the second half. Darren Bray to the quarterback door. Quick stick for Wildeboer. Doesn't miss by much. McMillan was there, but there was a little bit of a gap. Dewart, loose ball. Wildeboer is all over him. Follow the bouncing ball up top. Wildeboer, low pass for Darren Bray cutting towards the net. McMillan with a big save. Rebound goes wide. Now Logan Noyan trying to avoid the crease. Thought he did a pretty good job, but McCallion pushed him just in. Riverman putting pressure on here. Didn't expect him to be held scoreless, especially through 13 minutes and 30 seconds of play. Zach Wildeboer up top, pass over for Darren Bray. Once again, cuts to the middle. Thought about shooting a little fadeaway there. Now he's got some space. Darren Bray wide open up top. Wildeboer tees it, and it's off the post. This one's going to go all the way back to Hunter Lukoweski. Mustangs are going to change a couple fresh new defenders out there. Riverman switch up the offense a little bit as well as Greg Bray hops on the floor. McCallion slows it down. Now you got the two Brays, Wildeboer and McCallion. I'm not sure if you look at the entire 12-ounce Sports Cup, if there's four more guys you want on offense. What a save by McMillan. Backdoor quick stick on Wildeboer. Johnny says no. Wildeboer again to tee it up. This time Donk steps in front of it with a big defensive effort. Darren Bray right side. Greg Bray's up top. Quick shot. McMillan with the save. D-Word's got the rebound. Now it's a stretch for George. The hat-trick hunt is on. Eric George. Fake shoot stopped. Attempting to go 5-hole. Doesn't work for number 3. Now it's Raynell. He's going to have to run back into his own zone. McMillan hops behind the net and controls it. We're 3 quarters through regulation here. Jack Raynell, plenty of time. I believe the lone Crew junior player on this Mustang squad. Eric George, left side, thought about teeing it up once again, trying to go 5-hole. That didn't work. Now Greg Bray, long pass up for Darren Bray, but that's going to go whizzing past him. They're trying to play in transition here, but hey, maybe a little bit of rust still getting shaken off. Shook off? I'm not sure, whatever you want to go with. Shook off, shaken off. Reynolds got the ball for the Mustangs. Down low, George out in front. Fake behind the back, scores. How are you? Eric George has got a hat trick, and the Mustangs, they've got a 3-0 lead. Put on a show, Eric George. That's as fancy as they come. And the Mustangs now lead by 3 with 3:54 left to go in regulation. Greg Bray back for McCallion, and his shot goes over the net. And that's going to bounce down 200 feet. Peterson for Bray. Left side setting things up. Now he's going to cut to his forehand, trying to go low glove. And John McMillan, yet again. Brick wall factor, enable it. He is right there right now. John McMillan looking to lower his goals against average, which is already at a 1.5. Eric George, the ball handler, left side, the big righty, throws that one out for D, where Tanner Tassie's in the corner as well, trying to battle. Wildeboer's on him. Zach Wildeboer all over him, forces a loose ball, but it's grabbed by Murphy, and he scores. Matt Murphy. Finally, the Mustangs have a different goal scorer other than Eric George, and it's 4-0. Wildeboer. That pass was intended for Spears, but as it is sticking out just as quick. And here goes Noyan in transition. Noyan stopped by Lukoweski. Breakaway there. That definitely I mean, the icing's already on the cake here, right? 4-0, 2:25 left to go in the second half. This thing's all but over if you ask me. Hey, anything can happen. It is lacrosse, so Greg Beret with Zach Wildeboer out there as well. Wildeboer hasn't been shooting too much. Looks to tee one up here. McMillan with the save, and he eats it right in the logo. John McMillan again wants that stretch pass. Sam Dalk was there, but got knocked down. Great defensive play by Zach Wildeboer. Jackson Deward with it. Cuts to the middle. Trailer off the benches. Eric George, Greg Beret's going to do a little bit of cherry picking up here. Mustang's got to be careful if they want to keep their defensive streak intact. And now they're going to say back it in on Wildeboer. Wasn't looking at his feet there. Accidentally took a step in the wrong direction. George for Dunk. 80 seconds left to go here in the second half. George is out in front. Couple of fakes and he scores. There's number 4 for Eric George and the Mustangs. The route is on. It's 5-0. A minute to go. Lukoweski goes to the bench. Greg Beret up top, wanted to shoot, no way. Got his stick in the way. Backdoor pass for T. Cole. Gets past him. Darren Beret has a couple of spins. And John McMillan sliding on his knees, throws up that left arm for a big save. Darren Beret, pardon me, once again. Bunch of fakes. Somehow, I don't even know if he shot that or not. John McMillan's all over the place. That's a mad scramble. And here goes Matt Murphy looking for goal number 2. He's got an empty net and he hits the post. Matt Murphy, he could have walked that thing home. Instead, decides to try out his archery from distance, and it's no good. 10 seconds. We'll wind this thing down, and John McMillan with the shutout. Are you kidding me? Lowers his goals against average to 1 in the 12-ounce Sports Cup. And the Mustangs move to a calm, cool, and collected 3-0 as they defeat the Rivermen 5-0. Oh, baby, what a game here to open up week 2 of the 12-ounce Sports Cup. You got 4 goals from Eric George. The other marker comes from Matt Murphy. Mustangs once again defeat the Rivermen by a final score of 5-0. I'll step aside here when we come back. It's Rhinos and Redwoods. It's coming to you live from Fort Saskatchewan. You're watching the 12-ounce Sports Cup. Back at the JRC, Cody Jansen with you here on 12 Ounce Sports, the Go TV channel 761. Today's broadcast brought to you by Verbero. Yes, that's right. Hockey season is around the corner. Verbero is there to hook you up. Whether you're looking for custom jerseys for your team, new gear, Verbero, the new innovative way led by NHL veteran Andy Sutton. Verbero is there to get you set for the upcoming season. Right now, though, 12 Ounce Sports Cup week number 2. We got the Rhinos and the Redwoods. The Redwoods going left to right on your broadcast. Well, they're purples, a little crude purple out there. They're going to be set up in goal. You got Kyle Schmidt last week. It was J. Symington Lysenko. This time, he'll take a seat as Kyle Schmidt steps between the pipes for the Rhinos. Well, this is a team that kind of shocked a few with how competitive they were. They ended up tying the Rivermen 5-5 in their opener, proving that they do have a little bit of offense, led by Seth Fairholm, Jordan Wheaton as well. We'll see what they can bring out here. Redwoods still looking for their start. They got a really good young squad as well. A lot of young legs out there. And the Rhinos are going to control off the hop. Off the bench here. It's going to be Jordan Peck. That right-hand side, Ethan Egg and Ethan Wong on the floor as well. Teeing that one up from the right side is Wildeboer. Backhand pass for Peck. Ang's there, over to Wong. Wong, low shot. Schmidt with the save. Now back down in transition the other way for the Red Ones. It's Ronan Push. Save made. Rhinos are going to control. In week number 1, Ethan Wong were not there. But they didn't have Jordan Wheaton. I don't see Jordan Wheaton on the bench right now for the Rhinos. So, hey, 1 blow, 2 additions. Looks like they're going to be doing all right. Wildeboer up top. Thought about putting that one down low for Fairholm, but he didn't. Fairholm just tucked it high. Garanolski now with it. Pass over for Gillespie. Pass down low. That one's going to go over the head. Now it's behind the Schmidt, misplayed it. And Wildeboer tucks it wide back into the crease. Seth Fairholm out in front. Thought about tucking that one. Stick side save mate. All alone out in front with Schmerman. They're going to say he stepped in the crease. No goal called. Taking a look at some of these rosters here. I feel like we're missing a few players out on the floor, but hey, we're doing our best up here. It's Ang over to Wong, back for Wildeboer. Quick stick scores. That's a pretty one for the Rhinos. Oh my, Wildeboer backdoor quick stick, and it's 1-0. That's mid-season 4 right there for Ethan Ang and Ethan Wong. Bang, bang, boom. It's in the back of the net, and it's 1-0. Rhinos in transition. McCallion. Shot goes wide. Redwood set up on that left-hand side. Thought about teeing one up was McQuaig. Gillespie pokes out a loose ball. Pass out in front. All alone was Garanolski. Stopped by Schmidt. It's crude on crude right there, and he gets run over by McQuaig. Seth Fairholm up top. Dishes that one down low. Nolski gets it back again. Fairholm's up top, cutting towards the net. Tucks that home, and Seth Fairholm's on the board. It's 2-0 Rhinos. Seth Fairholm, 3 goals in week number 1. He's got his first of week 2, and that'll put the Rhinos up by a pair. Redwood setting up top. Jackson Ganton over the net, off the boards, and it's going to end up out of play. Wildeboer controls. That's a long stretch. He's got Ang. Somehow he caught that. Ang out of the corner, looking for a Wong. Little backdoor feed. McCallion was on the back check. Feed goes just over his head. Now it's down low for Wong. Wong to Wildeboer. Give and go, slips past him, and now in transition. Here go the Rivermen. Pass was intended for Jordan McQuaig, a little bit too slow. Now he's going to get it back right out in the slot. McQuaig shoots and scores. Jordan McQuaig gets the Redwoods on the board, and it's 2-1. Wong up top for Wildeboer, plenty of space. Puts it right in the logo of Kyle Schmidt. Redwoods will get set up out of the corner. McCallion. Schmerman's up top again. The righty pass got knocked down by Wildeboer. And now Wildeboer tries to one-arm that one for Gillespie. Got knocked down, but he follows up with it. Wildeboer end-to-end rips it wide. This is going to bounce it all the way out for Schmerman. He's got a chance to go right to the goal if he wants. One-on-one with Seth Fairholm. Schmerman, low shot kick to the corner. Ang with a head of steam. He's going towards the net. 3-on-2 for the Rhinos. Ang controls. Couple of fake shoots and scores. I'm not sure anyone followed along with that one. But Ethan Ang brings that lead right back to 2. It's 3-1 for the Rhinos. Redwoods looking to respond. McQuaig up top again. Looking to go low to the glove side that time. In transition, Wong had it. Took off a little bit too soon before he actually caught it. McCallion scoops it up, and he'll leave it for Ganton up top. Schmerman, the late man, off the bench. Redwoods trail by 2. 2:39 left to go here in the opening half. Another crease violation called, this one against the Redwoods. Once again, Rhinos possession, 2:20 to go. Wong controls. Wildeboer's off the bench. 4-on-4 here at the 12-ounce Sports Cup, so you're going to see a lot of tired legs as these games do go on, but the offense usually pretty free flow, and there's a lot of room out there. Wong for Fairholm, tucks it off the crossbar, that close to his second of the night. Ang playing defense against Gauthier in the corner. McCallion up top, he'll control. McCallion got past Wildeboer, looking to go high stick sign, just tucked it over the goal. 80 seconds left to go here. Half number 1, McQuaig shot, that goes off the head of Jordan Peck. That one's gonna sting a little bit. Refs blow it down, looks like he's all right. He'll head off to the bench for a change. Scary there, but hey, good thing they're wearing a helmet here. That shot goes wide, bounces off, and it's a breakaway for Gillespie. Michael Gillespie all alone on Schmidt, and he just dumps it wide. Had a little bit of room to that low glove side. Michael Gillespie unable to capitalize. Redwoods looking to cut this lead down here before the second half. Still got a little bit of time. Ganton now straight towards the net. 5-full attempt doesn't go. Now another stretch pass for Gillespie. He'll have to play this off the boards. Gillespie has it. Defenders Ganton all over him. Trying to control. Wildebor's got it. 15 left here in the opening half. Fairholm off the bench. It's now 5-on-4. 6 seconds left. Fairholm has it. A little bit of room. Cutting towards Schmerman. Runs into him. Rebound opportunity and almost an alley-oop there. First set, Fairholm. Well, that's going to do it for the opening half here. The Rhinos come out dominant. They got a 3-1 lead here against the Redwoods. I'm Cody Jansen. You're watching the 12-ounce Sports Cup. The Rhinos had 2 losses and a tie in week number 1 for the Redwoods. They were just 0-2 to start things off in 12-ounce Sports Cup play. Welcome back. Cody Jansen with you here on 12-ounce Sports, Zingo TV, channel 761. Zingo TV, the newest home for 12-ounce Sports. Your favorite stop for live talk shows, live sporting events. Hey, we've got rally car racing coming up. Some of the best baseball in Ohio. All of that right here. 12-ounce Sports E-Racing League taking off. I know they're mid-season form. Coming down the wire, 12-ounce Sports, your home for live sports talk shows and live sports broadcast. Back here at the JRC, Cody Jansen with you. Redwoods trailing the Rhinos 3-1. Both teams have had their fair share of chances, and I'm not going to count the Redwoods out of this one. Their offense looks hungry. Chance from the outside. Big kick to the corner. Wildebor's got the rebound. Stretch up for Gillespie. He knocks it down. Wong is on that right-hand side. We'll see for the Rhinos. They only got 2 today. So it's a nice little welcome back for Ethan Ang and Ethan Wong. Ang's got a goal. Wong's got an assist, and it's Ang who takes that shot there. Kyle Schmidt kicks it to the corner. Schmidt's been good so far for the Redwoods. Wildeboer up top tees that one right into the logo. Schmidt wants to send a long ball, but he will. Breaking down the right-hand side. Kick to the corner by the Rhinos netminder here. 8:35 left to go. Ang carries for Fairholm. Fairholm had the second of the game for the boys in orange. Peck down low. Nolski has it and he whiffed on it. Ang's got the rebound. Pass over back for Nolski and he scores. That's a feet and a half right there, and Garrett Nolski buries. It's 4-1. Four different goal scorers so far for the Rhinos, and they got a 3-goal lead. Jackson Ganton going to slow things down here for the Redwoods. Their offense is going to have to start clicking soon. Ganton up top looks to tee that one up. Kick to the corner. Peck has it. No, he doesn't. Ganton now cutting towards the net. A little bit of speed. Now there's save. Stretch for Gillespie off the bench is Wildeboer. Gillespie controls. Backdoor pass. Wildeboer thought about quick sticking it. Got a little piece, but definitely not all he wanted. Now it's Wong, the trailer. Wong all alone fires. And he stopped Schmidt with the right arm. Huge save. Now it's McQuaig. One arms this one down. Plenty of space, and they score. Redwoods cut that lead right back down to 2. It was an opportunity wasted as the Rhinos go down the floor. They get caught with 4, a little bit too deep. And the Redwoods respond. That time it's Wildeboer. His shot goes wide, and here comes the exact same scenario. Redwoods, another opportunity. And this time it gets kicked to the corner. 6:29 left to go here in the second half. Ang left side. Here's the pace we expected to see at the 12-ounce Sports Cup. 4-on-4. Plenty of open space. Schmidt thought about stretching the floor once again. Decides to dish it off for Garen Schmerman. Schmerman's pass knocked down by Gillespie, and he's going to try and grab that loose ball, and he will successfully. Ang's on the left-hand side off the bench is Nolski. Gillespie now straight towards the net, looking to go 5-hole. Doesn't work. We've played 4 minutes and 15 seconds of the second half. The Redwoods still looking for that first win, as are the Rhinos, but the Rhinos do have a point that comes with a tie with the Rivermen in week number 1. Here goes McQuaig out in front. Takes a couple of hacks and whacks. Sends it over to Ganton. He's got McCallion out in front. Opportunity. It's another break. Now hopping in goal. Looks like Freeman's back here. A switch on the fly by the Rhinos. And we got Jackson Freeman back in goal. Schmerman, the right side, pardon me. Ang's going to have to guard him, try to keep him to the outside. McCallion up top. Schmerman there, Peck able to free that ball. Freeman's got it. Jackson Freeman comes in relief here. I'm not sure what we're going to have to do about his goals against average, if we give him a full game or not, but hey, maybe we'll let the El President, Jeff Beck, the janitor, maybe we'll let him decide. Wildeboer controls. Wong up top, low shot, try to go high to the glove side there. And with the left arm, Kyle Schmidt holds on to it. McQuang thought about going in transition. The Rhinos had 5 on the floor for a little bit. On defense, could have been a penalty. Refs let him play on. Backhand pass knocked down by Gillespie. He'll hold his man to the corner. 3:12 left to go in the second half. Both these teams looking for their first win of the 12-ounce Sports Cup. Nolski with it. He's got Wong and Fairholm out there as well. Gillespie to Fairholm. 4 different goal scorers for the Rhinos. They've got it pretty spread out, especially with no Jordan Wheaton on the floor tonight. Wildeboer's shot stopped by Schmidt. That one's going to bounce 200 feet down to Jackson Freeman. Freeman will set up Wong. Ang there as well, pushed to the outside, but McCallion thought about spinning on his backhand, leaves it for Wildeboer. Wildeboer for Wong. Blasts another, but it goes wide. Fairholm's got it. Fairholm trying to split the defense there. Grabs it in the corner. Down to 120 seconds left. Redwoods need 2 just for the tie. Ang out in front, couple of fakes off the post. Speaking of Jackson Freeman, 3 games to start off week 1. He had a 3.6 goals against average. That's good for 3rd in the 12-ounce Sports Cup. Jackson Ganton holds. That clock is ticking away, the Redwoods. I'm surprised they're keeping Kyle Schmidt in net. Very surprised, to say the least. Offense loads from the right-hand side. Shot gets past Freeman, doesn't even have to make a save. Now it's Ang. He wants a break when he's got one. Ang all alone, fake shoots, scores. Ethan Ang on a breakaway extends that lead to 3, and that could do it. He might have just put it to bed. It's 5-2 for the Rhinos. Redwoods looking all but defeated out there. Less than 50 seconds to go. Pass ends up behind the net. Freeman now gets caught out, and what a save. Rebound. McCallion scores, though. Jackson Freeman sprawling around out there. Heck of a first save. Second one gets past him as Josh McCallion makes it a 5-3 game. But we only got 27 seconds left. Seth Fairholm controls and looks like he's going to be happy to do so for the rest of this clock. So with this win, the Rhinos going to move to a record of 1-1-2. The Redwoods fall to 0-3 in the 12-ounce Sports Cup. 2 goals in this one. Coming from Ethan Ang, he is your 12-ounce Sports Player of the Game. Coming up next, right here, it's 8 o'clock local time. July 14th, the Redwoods sticking on the floor. They'll take on the Rivermen, also a team looking for their first win. Can one of them grab it? Guess we're going to have to find out. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Cody Jansen with you right here on 12-ounce Sports. back with game number 3 of the night. It's a 12-ounce sports cup coming to you live, Zingo TV channel 761. 12-ounce sports, your home for live sports talk, radio sports broadcast. This one between the Riverbend and the Redwoods. Both of these teams still looking, surprisingly, for their first wins of the 12-ounce sports cup. The Redwoods just coming off of a 5-3 defeat against the Rhinos. The Riverbend shut out 5-0 earlier this evening by the Mustangs. Shocking there. The Riverbend, they're going to be going right to left on your broadcast screen. The Redwoods going left to right. Schmerman right off of this face-off low shot. Peck with the save. Schmerman out in front again, and another save. Tough defense being played by Connor Pennick. And now, Tyler Cole up the floor. Wildeboer left side. That pass ends up for Darren Bright. Bright for Greg Bray's brother. Now it's Zach Wildeboer, not Alex Wildeboer. Alex on the Rhinos, of course. Zach Wildeboer. Stop there, back pass for Peterson. Not in a position to quick stick it out. It's Darren Bray up top. High shot, easy save for Kyle Schmidt. Now in transition. Redwoods with an opportunity down the floor, but that little floater just a little bit out of reach. Darren Bray now. Right side, he'll control. Zach Wildeboer up top for Peterson. Back to Wildeboer again, low bouncer. Schmidt's got to take a quick look behind him, but he ends up keeping it out. Redwood's going to set up, swing it left to right. McQuaig's up top. He's the ball handler. Heavy shot for him. Decides not to tee it off. Now chance out in front. Peck's going to make that save. Tyler Cole now. I got to stick up a little bit high behind the net. Ref doesn't want to call it. We saw a few penalty shots in week number 1. I remember Sam Dulk had a couple. Scored on 1. Mustangs, what a start for them. They're 3-0, coming off of a huge 5-0 win over the Rivermen. Who would have predicted that? McQuaig with the ball. 2.5 minutes in, that pass got knocked down by Peterson. Pack behind the net, he's got it, sends it for Peterson. Pennick was streaking down that left-hand side, but instead they'll leave it to the experts. Greg Bray, left side, shifty little forward. 5 goals in week number 1, held off the scoreboard so far in week number 2. Redwoods going back the other way. Greg Bray's gonna hang out down low. Chance out in front. Looked like Goche thought about it. Ended up not pulling through. Peck's got to make that save. They got a chance to go to Greg Bray if they want. Darren Bray decides they want to slow this thing down, get the offense set up. McCallie the 2 Brays and the late man's Peterson. Greg Bray taking a beating out in front, ends up losing that ball, and now Peterson's got to get back here. Ethan Peterson forces a loose ball, and he is all over him. McCallion as well gets back on defense in the Rivermen. Something they didn't do as good against the Mustangs. Taking care of their own zone. It's been a lot more low scoring. Also, don't worry about the scoreboard. Just notice that it says 5-3 still from the last game as McQuaig rips one home and the Redwoods go up 1-0 here. Definitely only 1-0 for the Redwoods. Now they reset the scoreboard. Good, and we're back to normal. Tons of time and space, and Zach Wildeboer makes no mistake. Quick response, and it's 1-1. Wildeboer rocked 87 last week. He's wearing 88 this week. Maybe a change is going to work out for the better. Riverman struggling early, and this team has a dangerous offense. Wildeboer sends that one down the floor, and it's going to bounce out of play. They need to have Peterson and Greg Bray. Plenty of time for them if that could have connected. That shot got behind Jordan Peck. I believe that was Goche, ended up cutting through the crease there, got blown down. Darren Bray's going to start it out from his crease. 4:17 left to go, opening half. McCallion controls. Greg Bray now thought about shooting, plenty of time out in the slot. Goes low, Schmidt kicks it out. Darren Bray with it, a little bit of a fake behind the back. Their defense doesn't bite too much, but now he frees up a little bit of space for himself. He's got a one-on-one if he wants to cut back towards the net. Greg Bray almost set a pick for him. Wildeboer's up top, high shot over the goal. Greg Bray's got the rebound right down the pipe. Left pad saved by Schmidt. Darren Bray's got to recover. High shot by Bray. Another big save for Schmidt. Kyle Schmidt. Not an easy task to take on this Riverman offense. And now it's Wildeboer from distance, has his second. Zach Wildeboer blazes that one past Schmidt. No chance. And it's 2-1 for the Rivermen. Redwoods need a response here. That pass got knocked down by Cole. Redwoods still control on offense. Out in front, Pennick with a loose ball push. Schmerman, the righty, from the corner, thought about shooting it. Now he's going to tee up a low one, and it's going to squeak right through Peck, and we're tied at 2. Garen Schmerman just powers that one home. And the Redwoods tie this thing up with just over 2 minutes left to go. Peterson in transition. McCallion with the rebound, and just like that, the Rivermen end up going back up 3-2. We got a track meet here. Now the goals are starting to come. 12-ounce Sports Cup. It's free-flowing lacrosse, back and forth action all over. Peck's going to shut the wickets there. Cole for Peterson. Right corner. 90 seconds left to go here, opening half. You got the two Berets once again, Peterson and Wildeboer. Dangerous offense. Peterson wants to go for it by himself. Schmidt stops him with the right leg. Wildeboer again thought about teeing it up. He's looking for a hat trick here. Peterson's pass got picked off. Minute 10 here to go. Redwoods looking to tie it up before the break. Darren Bray on defense. Nice little box out. Holds him to the outside. Out in front, Schmerman again, and he scores. There's number 2 for Garen Schmerman. And the Redwoods, we got a tie game here before recess. It's 3-3 with 39 seconds left to go. Now we got 5-on-4 action for the Rivermen. Darren Bray in transition. Down low, Pennick with a low shot. Maybe not a great quality opportunity. The Rivermen without a goaltender, and Darren Bray, what a play, comes back, picks it off, and they got a 3-on-2. Bray with Pennick and Peterson right down the pipe. Blows a tire, trying to go 5-hole. Now another opportunity for the Redwoods. Greg Barret's got to get back, and the Redwoods put it home. It's 4-3, and there's the hat trick for Garen Schmerman. At the end of the first half, what a comeback here so far. The Redwoods, they end up taking a lead. It's 4-3. Going into the second half, we'll step aside. It's Cody Jansen with you on 12-Ounce Sports. Back at the Jubilee Recreation Center, Cody Jansen with you here on 12-Ounce Sports and Go TV, channel 761. It's the 12-Ounce Sports Cup. And after that first half, the Redwoods, it'll come back late. Garen Schmerman, 3 goals in a row for the Redwoods. Puts them up 4-3. Here's Zach Wildeboer going back the other way. That pass intended for William Spears. He poked it forward. Hunter Lukoweski now in goal for the Rivermen. A little bit of a goaltending switch here. See if they can change the tide. Lukoweski allowed 5 in their loss against the Mustangs earlier today. Peck allowed 3 of the 4. The 4th one, he was on the bench for. Peterson controls. He's got Wildeboer backdoor. He wants that pass. A little bit of a fake. Kyle Schmidt didn't bite one bit. Didn't even think about it. In transition, Redwoods going back the other way. Lukoweski has it whiz past his head. Now Schmerman overruns it. 2-on-1 opportunity. Peterson, Wildeboer with an early shot. Not sure, maybe he had some room. Punches it back. Peterson wide open out in front. Looking to go high on the glove side. Schmidt with another save. Big performance for him. Wildeboer, low shot off the leg of McQuaig. Darren Bray, the lone man back. Wildeboer is on the back check. But the Redwoods having to get sorted out once again. This pass is going to go all the way down the floor. McQuaig thought about running down for it. Schmidt will control. After blocking that shot, Jordan McQuaig hobbles his way down. High shot, goes right past everyone's ears. I already seen that in one of the earlier games. Shot goes off the head. Gotta be careful. Hey, you got helmets out there, but still dangerous on the defensive side. Peterson on defense. Not biting for anything. Wildeboer out there as well, keeping him way to the outside. McQuaig with a long shot. Darren Bray spin, rebound, grab, going back in transition. Greg Bray off the bench as well. Greg Bray now, quick stick from way outside there. He can really shoot from anywhere. Been huge for the Alberta Warriors at the Alex Shabreski tournament. Had 5 goals in week 1. Now that pass goes off Pennick's legs. Darren Bray has it. Couple of spins inside, outside, behind the back. It's laid out by McQuaig. Kyle Schmidt with the save. Redwood's offense taking their time. They know they got a lead. They're just looking to extend it right now. Spears trying to push his man into the corner up top. Luka Weski, big save with that left arm. Greg Bray cheating towards offense a little bit there. Thought about going for a run early, and now T. Cole has it. Cole with Bray up top. A little bit of a lob pass, and it's over his head. Greg Bray was gone. Now from the corner. Thought he was going to go behind the back there. Greg Bray holds up. Thought about a lane to shoot. Now it's down to McCallion out in front. No mistake, it's in. Josh McCallion ties this one up at 4. Second goal of the contest right there for Josh McCallion. Nice little dish by Greg Bray. No mistake made. And with 5:56 left to go in the second half, we got a tie ball game. Redwood's ball from that left-hand side. Garen Schmerman was going to set it up there. The hat trick, Matt, ends up turning it over. Now it's Wildeboer for Peterson. Peterson looking the other way, tries that no-look shot once again on a 2-on-1, and he's 0 for 2 with it. Boy, he's putting himself in some great positions, just unable to capitalize so far. Ethan Peterson. No rabbit's foot for him. The luck just hasn't been there. McQuaig up top. Wanted to find a lane. Now McCallion. Big defensive effort there. Now Peterson getting into it a little bit out front. Yeah, you gotta love to see the emotions out there. You know what? As much as you might think this is Summer League, these guys, they faced each other for long enough. They know what it is. Peterson takes a cross check in the back, and I think he might have heard what he thought of that. Greg Bray now from the corner. Loves to shoot from that short side. The righty, boy, he can really tuck it in places. Bray up top again, tees it up, fires. Left kick right there from Schmidt. Peterson back in the corner. The battle continues. Trying to grab that loose ball. He doesn't get it. He's getting pinned up against the boards. Loose ball push finally gets called there as McQuaig goes hauling down the floor. Wildeboer trying to go behind the net. It's a good look for Josh McCallion. Ends up going off of his stick and out of play. Less than 4 to go here in the second half. Luka Weski, big left kick there. Defenseman Connor Pennick trying to keep his man outside. Another shot goes over the net. Schmerman has it. High shot ends up off the glass, and this one's going to bounce down the length of the floor. Kyle Schmidt controls bouncer to the left-hand side. Redwoods setting up, tied at 4. They had a 4-3 lead coming into the second half. Have yet to score here. Aaron Schmerman out towards the middle, still controls. Now he's stripped of the ball. Looks like a penalty's going to be getting called. I think this one's going up against Tyler Cole, so it'll be a penalty shot for Garen Schmerman. That it will be. 2:37 left to go in the second half. Garen Schmerman opportunity here against Hunter Lukoweski. Taking his time, he shoots and scores. Redwoods go up 5-4 as Garen Schmerman's got his 4th of the game. And the Rivermen trail once again. Redwoods ball, they're going to need to force a turnover here sooner rather than later. You can see in the corner, you got the Rebels warming up. They got the next game. They haven't played yet, but they started off the tournament 3-0. Tournament, Summer League, 12-ounce Sports Cup, whatever you want to call it. Hey, they're 3-0. Carter Albrecht, 6 goals in their opening few contests. Darren Bure with it now. Lukoweski still between the pipes. They're not going to pull him yet. Thought you might have seen it. Maybe not with Mark Bure. Or if Mark Bure was there running the bench, he'd be out. Greg Bure controls. They could really use him right now. Greg Bure stripped of the ball. Redwoods control, 70 seconds left here. McQuaig has it on that right side. McQuaig, couple of fakes, low shot. Lukoweski with the save, it's behind him. And now there's McCallion. Redwoods is going to pull this one out. Less than 60 seconds to go. Definitely going to need a save and probably a goal in transition, even if you want to escape with a tie here if you're the Rivermen. Tyler Cole, McCallion, Wildeboer, and Darren Bure on defense here. Redwoods end up turning it over. Darren Bure has it. Here's their opportunity. Darren Bure's going to call a timeout. Clock didn't end up stopping. Probably going to be around 30 seconds left for them to work with. Boy, this is coming down to the wire for the Rivermen. You have to assume they're going to be going 5-on-4. You got to assume the Berets are out there. Zach Wildeboer's got 2. Josh McCallion has 2 as well. Looks like they are going to be running it down a little bit more. Maybe it's by accident. Maybe not. Or maybe it's just for a 30-second timeout. That would make sense as well, trying to track the clock. So I was right. They're going to go 5-on-4 here. That's a score as well. The Redwoods lead the Rivermen. You got Greg Bure. He'll start things from up top. Peterson and Darren Bure. They're going to be on that right side. McCallion up top on the left with Wildeboer. Darren Bure sends it back for Greg. Peterson fumbles with it a little bit. Greg Bure's up top. Low shot stopped by Schmidt. That one's going to bounce out of play. Ethan Peterson's got it. They got 8 seconds. Greg Bure down for Wildeboer. Quick shot at the end. Schmidt with the save, and that is going to do it. The Redwoods pick up their first win at the 12-ounce Sports Cup, and the Rivermen still winless. Oh boy, oh boy. Will the Rivermen ever win a game? Maybe the block. It's coming a little bit too true. Final score, 5-4 for the Redwoods. 4 goals. Garen Schmerman, he's your 12-ounce Sports Player of the Game. Back after this with more lacrosse right here on 12-ounce Sports. Alrighty, join now in 12-ounce sports. This is a big one. We got NLL star. I'm going to go with that. Maybe superstar even with your past couple of seasons. Callum Crawford. Hey, man, appreciate you taking the time. I know it's busy. Summer's kind of got everyone running in all directions, but thanks for making the time, man. How's it going?
Going well. Thanks for having me on.
Not a problem. Hey, I got to start off asking about last season, though. Like, it's canceled by COVID, which sucks. But, man, 76 points in 11 games. Is that good? But that's even on pace to beat. I'm not a big math guy, but that was on pace to beat your 109-point season last year. What was working? Like, what kind of, helped you? You're hitting almost the top of your game here against some of these young bucks out there.
I think it's obviously a testament to the guys I get to play with. They make my ability to have success easy. So it's not like I'm just doing something great. I've got incredible players around me that are allowing me to have success. But it could be any one of us that's having success. I just happen to be the beneficiary of the numbers going in my way. That's the question I keep getting when I get older. I think the biggest thing is just I spend so much time on trying to stay physically on top of my game. I spend all day long either recovering or training, and I don't take an off season where a lot of people do. They take a good month or 2 month break because I'm completely scared that if I take a break that I'm going to lose whatever I'm holding on to. So I think that helps me staying in good shape and taking care of my body, and listening to my body has allowed me to do some physical things. But the biggest thing is I think I'm just understanding the game better than I was obviously when I was younger. So it's allowing me to get away with a little bit less athleticism that I was gifted with earlier on, but hopefully a little bit better IQ.
Wow, you're a freak out there. And watching from the press box, like, I think one of your biggest things is when I think of like a lot of the studs who are putting up points in the NLL, they're either great passers or great shooters, and I feel like you got a pretty good combination of that. But hey, you've made some stops all over the NLL. Before, what was it like playing in Edmonton? I mean, that's where we're at up here. You played in Edmonton for one season, I think. What was it like playing up here?
I only had one season. I think we were the bottom of the league, either dead last or second last. So that experience wasn't the greatest. And Edmonton in the winter is really cold.
Oh,
so,
I can.
I've been to Edmonton in the summertime, and it's a completely different place. So I didn't get to have the greatest experience in that sense, just losing all the time and whatnot. But it was definitely a great stepping stone to where I am today. It was great to experience that. The coaching staff, the players I got to play with. That part of it was awesome. Just I can't stand losing.
That is totally fair. I mean, I think as, a lot of Oilers players have said, Edmonton's the worst place in the world to be losing when it's minus 40, which totally makes sense. But no, man, you also made stops like San Jose, Chicago as well. And from your perspective, where do you see the NLL going? It's growing. I mean, I think Saskatchewan was a great step. I think Halifax is a great step. I think, San Diego, they still have room to grow and stuff. But where do you see, like, do you think they're going to be back in some of those markets? Do you think the league's going to keep growing anytime soon?
Yeah, the league's in great hands. I think, Nick is expanding really well, and not just expanding to expand. There's a plan behind it and everything. So I think we're getting quality ownership and quality markets with a plan behind it to be successful. I think we're going to continue to expand, and we're going to continue to see, exciting new places that probably we never thought would have, a professional lacrosse team getting them, which is fun to see.
Now, I mean, most guys are playing box and field lacrosse, it seems. Obviously, you've played a little bit of both as well. But what do you enjoy about the indoor game over playing outdoors? Because obviously, I mean, when I think about it, I think of things like the atmosphere of indoor lacrosse or the NLL. What for you makes the indoor game more special than playing outdoors?
Probably because I could probably have ADD, and there's just way more going on at all times in box lacrosse versus field lacrosse. I use the comparison of field lacrosse is more like soccer in the sense of the beautiful game, whereas box lacrosse is, it's much more in your face hockey and basketball, constantly something action-oriented happening, and it's, it's just a more exciting version of the sport. I'm not saying it's necessarily better, but it's significantly more exciting. And even when you're playing, you can notice the excitement, and you can't be on the field or even on the bench and not involved in box lacrosse. You're many, and it's so much more tiring than field lacrosse that everybody's got to play. And when you're on the field, you always have a job. You can't just keep the ball away from one individual and not be involved. Whereas field lacrosse, you can kind of hide guys and whatnot. So I think it's just for somebody who constantly needs to be doing something. Box lacrosse is definitely much more up my alley.
Thanks again, Callum. Hey, appreciate you taking the time. What a great guy. Hey, taking the time out here Tuesday night in Fort Saskatchewan, 12-ounce Sports Cup, Callum Crawford, one of the NLL's finest. We got the Rebels, we got the Mustangs going head-to-head, and the battle is underway. Looks like both the Wildeboers in the lineup for the Rebels here. We also got Jordan Dewart and Spencer Milne. Okay, welcome back, Rebels, after going 3-0 on day one. They add to their lineup, and here in transition goes Eric George. George looking to capitalize early. Big save by Trey Stewart, the big man, young man right here from in Fort Saskatchewan, coming up clutch early. Milne for Dewart, the captain. Couple of head fakes there to the middle. Dewart shoots and McMillan says no. That's a tough task if you're the Rebels. Haven't shot against John McMillan yet, but boy, you're kidding yourself if you don't think he's the best goaltender here. He has been phenomenal every single game. Sam Dahl, great side. He'll set this up for the Mustangs. They went on a little bit of a goal tear against the Rivermen, 5-0. And right out in front's Matt Murphy. Stopped by Trey Stewart. Jacob Fonchuk on that left side with Liam McGarva. Milne decided to go straight for his own run. Isaac Flynn down on the left side as well. Carter Albrecht had 6 goals to open things up here for the Rebels in week number 1 as Logan Noyan goes and throws Isaac Flynn in the corner. Noyan's got that loose ball off the bench is Tanner Tassi. Tassi with a bit of a fake there. McGarva almost blew a tire, ended up catching it back himself. Pass down low for Dewart. Misses him, and Trey Stewart controls. Stewart, property of the Warriors, Junior B, young goaltender. One of the best in Alberta for his age. Boy, would not be surprised to see him play in Junior A in the next couple of years. Up top, Zach Wildeboer. He had his brother Alex down low. First, you got the Bray brothers. Now you got the Wildeboer brothers. The Mustangs down the floor. Matt Murphy, a little bit of room. We've played 3 minutes of the first half. Boy, this is a game everyone's been looking forward to. 2 undefeated teams going head-to-head right here at the 12-ounce Sports Cup. Sam Dahl out of the corner. Left side pass got knocked down. I believe that's Flynn guarding him there. Murphy. A little bit of room to shoot, won't do so. Pass over to Eric George. George now cutting towards the net. Ball got stripped free, and here goes Alex Wildeboer. In speed, he's got brother Zach with him. Finds him out in front, scores! Brother to brother, and in the back of the net, Zach Wildeboer makes it 1-0 for the Rebels. Not a bad connection right there. And this could be the first time the Mustangs have trailed in a game. Maybe my memory's failing me, but I don't recall another time when the Mustangs have been down. Maybe in their game against the Rhinos. But who knows, Eric George's shot goes wide. Hey, although the regular lacrosse season's been canceled, Cadillacs Lacrosse has lots of stock available to keep a stick in your hands. Proud supplier of East Coast Dyes, Jibilax, Epoch, String King, and True Lacrosse products. Whoa, cutting across the middle right there. Fodchuk and D-Word collide. Hey, Canlax Lacrosse. Yes, visit canlaxlacrosse.com for all your stick needs. Canlax, proud sponsor of Rebels Lacrosse. Go check them out once again. Hey, they got a ton of stock. You know what? We still got lacrosse to play. I've seen a ton of broken sticks out here already. You want to go get yourself some of the best gear possible. canlaxlacrosse.com. D-Word trying to throw that one down low. Trace Stewart with the big stick scoops it up, and he sends it over for D-Word. Jordan D-Word, back-to-back North champion, down the pipe. Plenty of room, a little bit of a fake, and McMillan has to be sharp. Logan Wade on that right side. This could be the most I've seen McMillan test it. Boy, he's made a couple of big saves. It could easily be 2 or 3-0 for the Rebels. No questions asked. George, he'll throw this one up for Reynolds on the left-hand side. Out in front, low shot, Stewart. Another save. That one got palmed back by Wildeboer to Stewart. Back and over called. So Tanner Tassiel got a free set behind the net. Flynn to guard him. Pass back for D-Word. Reynolds out of the corner. Eric George is there as well. George held off the score sheet so far. Hey, we've only played 6 minutes. Tanner Tassi, quick stick. What a save by Stewart. Gets over from right to left and takes away that top right corner. Carter Albrecht now up top. Shoots it high on McMillan. Now a little bit of a teammate confusion. Quick shot, scores. Zach Wildeboer with his second. And the Rebels, they go up 2-0 here on the Mustangs. I feel like that shot might have stung McMillan a little bit. Kind of a searching around for the ball. It just popped right to the stick of Zach Wildeboer, and he made no mistake with it. Murphy's shot stopped by Stewart, ends up out of play. Pass down low for George. It's going to go over his head. And now Zach Wildeboer takes a tomahawk chop. Don't think that was intentional from Eric George. As they talk it out, Zach Wildeboer is going to get a penalty shot and a chance for the hat trick here. Saw one penalty shot in the last game. That was Garen Schmerman. He made the most of it. He was able to beat the Riverman netminder. Here goes Zach Wildeboer. Oh, quick shot, scores. How are you, Zach Wildeboer? That's a natural hat trick in less than 8 minutes. And boy, maybe none prettier than that. Walk-in confidence, Barry. And the brothers are connecting early for the Rebels. Sam Dalk on the right-hand side. The Mustangs trail by 3. I'll tell you for free, they have never trailed by this many in the 12-ounce Sports Cup. This is new territory for them. Tanner Tassi off the bench. Left side, Eric George. George getting pushed back by Carter Albrecht. Maybe Albrecht's going to play some defense now. Can't be a goal scorer because he's got to watch Eric George. The big man spins, fires, gets rocked down low. Jordan D-Word with it. Cuts into Mustang territory. Alex Wildeboer now. Down low for Flynn, trying to go 5-hole. Stopped by McMillan. Alex Wildeboer's all over D-Word. Forced a loose ball. Couldn't grab it after the fact. Here's Logan away on left side. 50 seconds left to go in the opening half. Mustangs, they trail by 3. We'll see if they can get on the board here before recess. Dropped up top. Eric George controls now. Dewart looking for a little bit of a lane. That pass got knocked down by Alex Wildeboer. Spencer Milne back there as well. Jordan Dewart flying up the floor, but a good back check by Matt Murphy. Big long strides, covers him. Here's Flynn. Dewart back door. Flynn shoots. McMillan with the save. This was trailing by 3. Let's see what the Mustangs can do here in the second half. This is their second game of the evening. For the Rebels, this is their first game. But they played 3 in week 1. They won all 3 of them. They also got a couple of fresh legs. You got Jordan Dewart, Spencer Milne on the floor as well. Their first games of 12-ounce sports cup action. Milne, the big man, missed most of last season with a broken collarbone. Unfortunate. The Rebels definitely could have used him in a series against the Calgary Shamrocks for a chance to go to the Founders Cup. Hey, everyone's banged up that time of year for Fort Saskatchewan. Just didn't work out. Sam Dahlk to T1 from up top. Trey Stewart, big goaltender, and he likes to challenge. He's taken away a lot of that angle. And for the Mustangs, they've been scoring from distance. If they can't get in tight, they haven't had much success. You got to expect them to try and get the ball to George. Down low, in tight, but great defense so far by the Rebels. You got Milne, you got Albrecht all over Eric George, and he's got absolutely no room to play with down low. Zach Wildeboer, he's got a hat trick so far for the Rebels. Pretty sure his brother Alex has a pair of assists on him as well. Rocket pass from Dewart. Wildeboer's got to pick that one up in the corner. Dewart's behind the net. Milne and Albrecht out there as well. Albrecht leads the team in goals with 6. Dewart out in front. Big save by McMillan. Milne had a chance at that rebound. McMillan scoops it up, and he's going to throw this one the length of the floor. Tassic pass just behind him. Loose ball push called on Tassie, and it'll be Rebels possession. Albrecht for Milne. Wildeboer's on the left-hand side. Caught that pass down low, trying to go to the glove side. Fires it past McMillan. It's going to bounce all the way down the floor. Stewart controls. Rebels get a little bit of a light change in there. Albrecht has it up top. Pass over for Jacob Fonchuk. Wildeboer again. Thought about teeing it up. Won't do so. Pass goes off the boards, and it'll just bounce right to goaltender John McMillan. 2 minutes and 30 seconds wasted for the Mustangs so far. George with it to Dahlk. Pass right behind George again. The Mustangs not looking like themselves out here. As I said before, they're not used to being in this position. They trail by 3. Alex Wildeboer with it. Him and his brother have been the offense for the Rebels in this game. Albrecht now. Right side wants to get a little bit of motion. Albrecht to the middle, plenty of room. Low shot, McMillan with the save. And he'll scoop that rebound as well. Here's George for Dewart. Late man's Reynaud. Dewart to the middle. Thought about shooting. Alex Wildeboer all over him. Almost forced a turnover. In transition, it was Dewart off the bench. Jordan ends up going just a little bit too fast for him. Now hitting the brakes, Isaac Flynn, loose ball by Tassie, and he scoops it to the ceiling. That ends up in row 3. Bounces its way down for a souvenir to the no fans that are on this side. They got half of it blocked off here. Capacity set at 100. I believe it's 100 by the city at least. Pass by Tassie for George. George with a little bit of room cutting towards the net. He decides to hit the brakes now. 5:45 left to go. We're in the second half. The Mustangs looking to keep their perfect streak alive, and a huge save by Trace Stewart. Wildeboer starts the offense. Dewart, the Fort Saskatchewan Junior Rebels captain, hits the brakes back up top. Wildeboer's there. Vodchuk for Dewart. High and wide. 200 feet back his own way. Midway point of the second half, and Dewart maybe not his best pass selection. That got picked off by Murphy, and in transition, here go the Mustangs. Murphy's short side shot got blocked. I believe that was Alex Wildeboer who got his stick on it on the D zone. Out of the corners, Noyan on that right side. The lefty cuts to the middle, shoots stick side. Stewart with that right arm deflects it to the corner. Dewar's pass grabbed by Stewart. And now he'll wait for the Rebels to make a change. Alex Wildeboer drops it off for his brother Zach up top. Boy, I feel like they're every second name I'm saying out here. They're all over the place. Connor Albrecht up top, averaging 2 goals a game. Nothing yet in this one. But hey, he hasn't faced a goaltender like John McMillan so far in the 12-ounce Sports Cup. D-Word's got the loose ball, but he's got 2 Rebels all over him. Good backhand dish. That'll send Reynaud on the left-hand side. Pass intended for Eric George ends up bouncing between his legs. Spencer Milton bobbling around with it a little bit. Here comes the big man. Left side drops for Zach Wildeboer. Shoots and scores. There's 4. Zach Wildeboer buries it, and it's 4-0 for the Rebels. Everyone knows he's got a dangerous shot, and if you give him that time and space, boy, oh boy, he is making the Mustangs pay. Low shot by Tassie, stopped by Stewart. Now Zach Wildeboer, long stretch pass for Carter Albrecht. Can he catch up to it? Yes, he can, just in time. Albrecht now, low shot. Bounces off the glass, Tassie's got it. D-Word's gassed, and he's going to go for a change. Dalk off the bench as well as Reynaud. Eric George cuts towards the middle, low shot. Squeezed at the hip by Stewart. Eric George, the big man, usually will try to put that in the top right corner. That time looked like he was trying to go low. Kept out. Here's Liam McGarva over to Alex Wildeboer. Stopped by McMillan. Sam Dalk with Matt Murphy. Murphy now, burst of speed. And Stewart sliding left to right remains perfect. Dewart pulls it up top a little bit over to Dalk. Minute 40 left. I think the dreams of a comeback are, if not over, now they're over. That ball goes out of play. Vodchuk controls. Hands it off to Wildeboer. Alex Wildeboer wants a change. Brother Zach's on the left-hand side. 4 goals for him. Why not take a shot at 5 right here? Pass over to Albrecht. Spread the love. Low bouncer goes wide. And now Logan Nguyen going to try run out for Trace Stewart here. Trace Stewart's got to get the boots moving. Bounce pass goes up the floor, and the Rebels, well, they've already got a 4-0 lead, but hey, 40 seconds left. I think they're going to start eating some of that clock. Tassie going the other way for the Mustangs. The last thing they need is a donut on their side of the scoreboard. Tassie's shot goes wide. Dewart gets the pass from Reynaud. 22 seconds left here. Dewart down low, got picked off by Wildeboer. And with 15 seconds left, Wildeboer throws it behind him, and he gives it right to Tassie. Tassie for Dewart. Oh boy. The Rebels trying to do everything in their power to blow Trace Stewart shutout. But this is going to be the second shutout of week number 2 as Trace Stewart shuts the door, says not today against the Mustangs. They win 4-0 thanks to 4 goals from Zach Wildeboer. We'll step aside. 4-0. Wow, the Rebels, they moved to 4-0 with that. They got a game coming up here against the Redwoods next. You're watching the 12-Ounce Sports Cup right here on 12-Ounce Sports. Second last game of the evening. It's week 2 of the 12-ounce Sports Cup. Cody Jansen with you here on 12-ounce Sports, Zinco TV channel 761. Rebels and Redwoods underway. The Rebels going right to left. Rebels wearing their blacks, Redwoods in the purple. D-Word shot up top, kicked away by Schmidt. Kyle Schmidt, your starting goaltender for the Redwoods. Trace Stewart back at it for the Rebels. They're coming off of a big win over the Mustangs, still undefeated. Spencer Milne with the ball. A little bit of a fake, still controls up top is Albrecht. Carter Albrecht right to the middle, had 4 goals against the Redwoods in their opener. Held off the score sheet against the Mustangs. D-Word with it. Left side's George. Ends up out of play. And going back the other way for the Redwoods, Stewart's got to be sharp early, sliding almost in a hockey-style butterfly to his right to make that save. D-Word up top. Albrecht's on that right-hand side. Pass over. Alex Wildeboer shoots and scores. Top shelf. Alex Wildeboer makes it 1-0 for the Rebels. It was his brother doing all the scoring earlier. He says, hey, if you can do that, I can as well. Schmerman passed out in front. Stewart kicks out his second of the game. Now it's McGarva. Loose ball battled down low. This is going to be grabbed by Fodchuk. He sends Albrecht on a break. Carter Albrecht all alone. Low slide shot there. Looking to go 5-0. Fodchuk with the rebound. Save made by Schmidt. Albrecht again looking for a lane, and he scores. Goal number 7 of the 12-ounce Sports Cup for Carter Albrecht. And it's 2-0 for the Rebels. Back the other way, and the Redwoods get one back the other way. Schmerman cuts the lead in half. It's 2-1. Jordan D-Word in transition, looking to go low stick side on Schmidt. No rebound out there, as well as Milne and George are around the crease. Alex Wildeboer bounces this one up for Milne. Milne trying to run away, doesn't end up grabbing the ball. Back in transition, the Redwoods end up fumbling around with it a little bit. The Redwoods have 5 players on the floor, and they're playing with 5 for a while here. Not sure if the refs just aren't counting. All of a sudden, the Rebels end up throwing out 5 as well. One of the refs can count. And now they're saying both teams had 5 out on the floor, as Albrecht was the late man. I guess they're just trying to see what they can get away with here. Now in transition, it's D-Word and Albrecht. D-Word, couple of fake shoots and scores. The captain, Jordan D-Word, on a breakaway makes it 3-1. Schmerman again from up top. It's rolling around. They're going to say it didn't go in. Trace Stewart had to hop back and grab it. Liam McGarva was there to help as well, and it's a 3-1 game still. George with Flynn. Alex Wildeboer up top. He opened the scoring in this contest. Long shot, easy save for Schmidt as it hits him in the logo. defense gets set here for the Rebels. Redwoods off that right side. Stewart's going to close the wickets. Rebound bounces out, and it's going to be Redwoods' possession still. Another opportunity, another save for Trace Stewart. He pitched a shutout earlier. He's allowed one in 6 minutes and 30 seconds so far. Battle on the half wall, opposite corner from the broadcast booth up here. Alex Wildeboer, I believe that's his stick that went for a ride. Carter Albrecht has it now. Gonna make that long pass all the way down for George. Got knocked down by Redwood's defender. He would have been gone on a partial break if that would have worked. Dewart, nice little switch, holds him back. Opportunity got knocked down there by Alex Wildeboer. He'll head up the other way. Isaac Flynn on the left side. Rebels offense to get set. Carter Albrecht up top, cutting towards the middle, taking an absolute pounding. And a penalty going to be coming. Holding's going to be the call. Pretty easy one there. And Carter Albrecht's going to be getting a penalty shot here with just over 3 minutes left to go in the first half. Albrecht scored the second goal of the game for the Rebels. Opportunity here for the 8th goal of the 12-ounce Sports Cup. Little spin around 5-hole effort. No good. Maybe a little bit too fancy. Maybe he just run out of moves there. A little spin around 5-hole dump did not work at all. Liam McGarva controls now. 2:30 to go in the opening half. Down low for Dewart. Thought about cutting towards the net. Takes a couple of whacks there. Flynn's got it. Low right side, ends up wide. Ball bounces down to Stewart. George, the last man off the bench. Albrecht, the ball handler up top. He'll shoot. Save made. Rebounds there. Dewart out in front. Couple of fakes. Big arm. Save now by Schmidt. Backdoor pass. Flynn. Defender on him. George up top. Dewart with some room to shoot, and he hits Albrecht. Ouch. I felt that one up here. That's going to hurt. Now it's George behind the back. Scores. Oh boy. Eric George. Little how do you do BTB up front. And it's 4-1 for the Rebels. Albrecht now. Low bouncer. Off the goaltender, out of play. He'll get to set it up off that right half wall once again. George, Wildeboer, and Fodchuk out there with him. George is up top, wants to go. Not high enough, though. Schmidt, long stretch pass. Alex Wildeboer on the back check. Easy scoop up. Less than a minute to go here in the opening half. Rebels going to look to extend this lead. Dewart on the floor as well. This is their second game. One more to close out the night. That's going to be the Rhinos and the Rivermen at 9:30 local time. George scores again, and there's two. 5-1. The Rebels lead as Eric George back-to-back goals for the boys in black. Less than 20 seconds to go here. Dewart playing some great defense down low, holding him to the outside. Low shot by McQuaig. Wasn't really that close to Trace Stewart. And how Eric George dumps one away from Carter Albrecht. That's going to do it opening half. The Rebels lead the Redwoods by a score of 5-1. You're watching live lacrosse right here on 12-ounce sports. It's a big hill to climb for the Redwoods, down 5-1 after that opening half. McGarva and Schmerman having a few words from each other. Back the other way is Milne, and that's a quick finish. It's 6-1. Redwoods right back the other way. Trey Stewart, the huge save, rebound, kicks it out as well. Team Money has been dynamite between the pipes for the Rebels. Milne back for Dewart. There's another. Call it a touchdown. It's 7-1. Aaron pass and Trey Stewart. That's the save of the 12-ounce Sports Cup. Misplayed the bounce, dives back. Oh, 10 bells to say the least. That deserves a high five from Carter Albrecht. Oh my, Trey Stewart, you will not see a finer save than that in the game of lacrosse. Here goes Dewart out in front. Kick save by Schmidt. Kyle Schmidt really held the fort when it was 3-1 for the Rebels. Gave the Redwoods their chances to get back in the game. But end of the day, if you're going to try go save to save with Trey Stewart today, it's just not going to happen. Carter Albrecht now. Partial break, defenders on him. Albrecht gets a shot off. Oh, off the defender's foot and off the post. That almost ended up in the back of the net. Stretch pass. Zach's got it up top. Another opportunity. Stewart with the save. Loose ball. McGarva was there. Couldn't grab it. Zach's got it again. Left side cutting out in front. Hits Stewart right in the chest. Now it in front. McGarva takes a little bit of a high cross check. A lot of St. Albert and Fort Saskatchewan players out here, so they've seen enough of each other. Milne tries to stop the ball, not going to work good enough, and now Flynn gets blown right by Alex Wildeboer, the last defenseman. Stewart all alone. Not sure if he got a piece of that or if it went off the post. Schmerman left half wall. Little bounce pass out in front. Fodchuk got his stick on it. Less than 7 to play. in the first half. High pass intended for McQuaig. Over top of him, Fonchuk now. Down to Alex Wildeboer for Carter Albrecht out in front. He got a piece of it. Almost redirected it on goal hockey style. Kyle Schmidt had to be sharp. Keep the lead down to 6. Lone goal scorer for the Redwoods, Garen Schmerman. He's got 4 today as he teased that one up right there. And now Albrecht's got another breakaway. This could be breakaway 100 for Albrecht in this game alone. Plenty of time. Give and go with George. Little back and forth action. Albrecht scores and it's 8-1. No mistake that time. And the Rebels extend that lead to 7. Aaron Schmerman, the ball handler up top. See what the Redwoods can muster here. It's a long shot on goal and an easy save for Stewart the way he's been playing. Zach down low, high over the net. Stewart controls. Dewart still stretching the length of the floor for guys like Jordan Dewart, Spencer Mill. This is only their second game of the 12-ounce Sports Cup as Alex Wildeboer goes and rips one off the pipe. Albrecht back up top. Put him on hat-trick watch. He's got 2. Dewart. Right side half while Alex Wildeboer up top. Open the scoring in this contest. Albrecht down for Dewart. Loves that little shoulder drop fake. Almost field lacrosse style, but it works for him perfectly. Oh my, what a defensive effort there. Gets back one hand, the pass down, and then Isaac Flynn goes and throws it away. Dewart's got to get back on defense now. It's a 2-on-1 for the Redwoods. Dewart's got to grab a man. Stewart's got to make a save, and they'll execute it perfectly from a defensive standpoint. Stewart up top, a little bit of a fake into Schmerman. Now Albrecht, here's the hat trick. Behind the back, he says, hey, if Eric George can do it, I can do it as well. And he even beats George to the hat trick. It's 9-1 for the Rebels. This was a team on paper. I even saw it. I kind of questioned where's their offense going to come from. Boy, shove a sock in it. This Rebels team has offense in every which direction. Albrecht with a hat trick. Boy, now you add guys like Dewart and Milne to the lineup. Alex Wildeboer down for Flynn. Albrecht's up top. The hunt for 4 decides to back it up. Pass over to George, got knocked down. Zach a little behind the back pass there intended for Jordan McQuaig, but he wasn't going to catch up to it. Trace Stewart. Up the floor for Flynn. Now he'll control it. Can the Rebels hit 10 double digits? Would be the first time in the 12-ounce Sports Cup so far. Albrecht from up top, not too close, and that's going to bounce into the benches. Redwood set up top, and Stewart's got to go left to right there. Big arm save. Fonchuk now trying to grab that loose ball. Two minutes left. Redwood's down by 8. Shot goes wide, and goaltender Kyle Schmidt's going to have to run out to grab it. Looking like good ball movement for the Redwoods, but it's all to the outside. The defense has been dominant as Liam McGarva gives it a little bit of a boot down the floor. 90 seconds left to go in regulation. One more game to cap off the night. That's the Rhinos and the Rivermen. The Rhinos offense starting to click now. You got Wong and Ang there, the Rivermen. Well, how are they winless? The questions we can ask ourselves. Hey, these broadcasts brought to you Canlax, Verbero, 12-ounce sports, Zingo TV. A lot of great sponsors out there making these broadcasts happen. Minute left to go here in the second half. Defense just trying to hold the fort now for the Rebels. Try to get out of here. You got an 8-goal lead. Get out of here. No injuries. Nothing crazy. Spencer Milne with the ball now. Dewart off the bench. Maybe add another for 10. Who doesn't love seeing a little bit of double digits on the scoreboard? Not that we're encouraging them to run up the score, but more so goals are fun. Alex Wildeboer, the ball handler up top. A little bit of a hidden ball trick. Wildeboer shoots, rebound grabbed by Albrecht. Well, at least I thought it was. Alex Wildeboer actually ended up grabbing it. Rebound stopped by Schmidt. And the Redwoods have a chance here to cut the lead down to 7 with a 2-on-1. Dying seconds of this one. And it's off the pipe. Trey Stewart doesn't even have to stop it. And the biggest victory so far of the 12-ounce sports goes to the Rebels. 3 goals from Carter Albrecht. He's your 12-ounce sports player of the game. Next up, as I said, oh boy, we should have a dandy. It's the Rhinos and the Rivermen. The nightcap right here on 12-ounce sports. And we're back at the JRC. It's the nightcap. The Rhinos taking on the Rivermen here in Fort Saskatchewan. 12-ounce sports cup going live, coming to you on Zingo TV channel 761. Greg Bray right away from the corner. Shot went wide. Rivermen still winless so far. Pass intended for Seth Fairholm. He had no clue it was coming for him. Ethan Peterson's got it. Pass over to Josh McCallion on the left-hand side. Up top for Peterson. Low shot stopped by Freeman. The Rhinos are missing Jordan Wheaton tonight. As for the Rivermen, they're just missing wins right now. They have struggled to put together a full game. They've had great moments, but end of the day, it just has not ended up in the win column. And now for the Rhinos, you had guys like Ethan Egg, Wong, two great players at the junior level, and they're making a big difference here. Goaltender Jordan Peck fires it up the floor. Connor Pennick controls. It's a 3-on-2 if he wants. Over to Darren Bray, a little bit of a fake, trying to go short side on Freeman. Made that save. Rebound goes out to the corner. Over to Wildeboer. Shot got stopped by Freeman as well. Riverman got a little bit of help, and here goes Eng down the floor. Carter back on him. Eng's shot goes wide. Darren Bray controls. Eric's up top with Zach as well. Left side in tight scores. Rivermen go up 1-0 early. Eric George short side. Cole back down the other way. Big left kick by Freeman keeps it out. Here's Seth Fairholm. 1-on-1, gets past Greg Bray to the net and scores. Seth Fairholm ties this game up at 1 apiece. Bray from outside. Peterson controls it in the corner. Up top, McCallion looking to go low on Freeman, won't beat him. Stretch pass, that hits Spencer Milne. Milne backdoor for Eng. A little out of his reach. McCallion now. Greg Bray's all the way down in the ozone. Peterson and Wong going 1-on-1. Not much height if you combine them together. Peterson up top. Bray thought about shooting. Eng did everything in his power to get out of the way of that one. Now it's Peterson. Low shot, scores. Ethan Peterson puts the Rivermen up by 1. Wong, pass down low for Eng, gets it back out in the slot, looking to go low on Peck. Ends up firing it off of his foot. Now that pass got picked off, and here goes Peterson again. He just got the last one, looking for another to make it 3-1. Peterson shot Freeman with the save. Pass out in front. D-Word all alone scores, and we're tied at 2. The Rhinos respond quick, and hey, I did say before, I thought there's going to be a lot of goals in this one. maybe even a couple of call-ups here. Helping with that, matter of fact, is George rips one off the crossbar. Peck's got a control from his own zone. George for Albrecht. Nolski was on him. Wildeboer shot from the outside. Freeman makes that save. Now Freeman, long dish. This one all alone. Wildeboer shoots and scores. Rhinos go up 3-2. Now down low, Gillespie shot goes wide. Bounces into the benches. And the Rivermen are going back the other way. It's Darren Bray, plenty of space. Freeman says no. Spencer Milne in transition. He's got Wong on his left side. For Wong, back to Gillespie. Big right arm save there by Peck. Wong generally would have loved to be on that right side there. He is a lefty. Looking to cut out in front. Now a long pass ends up in the netting. Pass down low over the head of Gillespie. Maybe he wasn't ready for it. And the Rivermen control. 3:15 left to go here in the first half. Zach Wildeboer. Pass up top for Cole. Keeps it from bouncing into the Rhinos bench, and he gets it back controlled on the right side. Cole spins for Greg Bray, rips it wide. Ethan Wong down to Nolski. Rhinos offense getting sent again. It's Dewart. Pass got knocked down by Greg Bray, but Nolski cuts to the middle. And he'll scoop up the loose ball. 2:30 left to go here. Backdoor feed. Dewart stopped. Fairholm on the floor. High pass from Dewart. Not exactly sure where that one was going. That's a wild stick swinging down there. Greg Baray's got it. Baray up the floor. Has Cole with him. Peterson. The trailer off the bench. Bray shoots it on goal. Freeman, easy save. Thought Bray might have utilized Peterson on the back door for a quick stick. Instead, decided to take it himself. Just not feeling it today. Milne right down the middle. Ball ends up out of play. Still rolling around in the roof up there. Darren Bray left side of the floor. Cutting down the middle. Kept to the outside by Gillespie. Now Bray diving out in front. Goes behind the back and scores. That's a pretty one for Darren Bray. And we're tied at 3. Now in transition. Eng back the other way off the post. Short side, tucked home. And the Rhinos, boy, they're not stopping. I said there's going to be a lot of goals in this game. If you read the blog up on 12ouncesportsradio.com, gave the prediction. Hey, this has not disappointed. 4-3, less than a minute to go here in the opening half. Eng. Hauling down the floor again, and Albrecht just scoops it on him. Eng and Wong had a 2-on-0 if he would have controlled it. Now it's Peterson out in front. Freeman with the save. Freeman's just going to spin and fire. Ends up down for Wong. 1-on-1. Now the late man off the bench. Wong still controls. Not too much movement going out there. Peck might have got a piece of it with his arm. Might have just gone right past him. George controls. 10 seconds left to go here in the opening half. George down low. McCallion's out in front. And Freeman moves left to right to keep it out. George again up for Albrecht. 5-hole shot. Freeman with a save. That's how we going to end that first half off to recess. The Rhinos up 4-3 on the Rivermen. You're watching 12-ounce Sports Cup Lacrosse on Zinco TV channel 761. Back here on 12-ounce Sports, it's our last half of the evening, week 2 of the 12-ounce Sports Cup. Cody Jansen with you here. Rhinos leading the Rivermen by a score of 4-3. The Rivermen still winless in the 12-ounce Sports Cup. Nolski on that draw, pokes it forward. Loose ball still hopping around. He's got it by himself, and he's stopped by Hunter Lukoweski. Goaltending change for the Rivermen as Jordan Peck comes out. Lukoweski goes in. Jackson Freeman in goal for the Rhinos. They're going right to left, wearing the bright orange jerseys. Rivermen going left to right, wearing their whites. Wildeboer from the outside goes off the post. Cole's got to get back. Lukoweski has it. Wildeboer trying to cut down to the middle, takes a hit, still got a shot off Freeman. Easy save. 4-on-4 lacrosse here at the 12-ounce Sports Cup. Plenty of room on offense. Greg Beret now down the pipe. Bunch of fakes and he scores. Greg Beret's got this thing tied up at 4 in the second half. Ethan Wong, right side off the half wall. Little dish down for D-Word off the crossbar. But they're going to say he stepped in the crease anyways. Greg Bray, the ball handler, left side, wants to cut out in front. He'll say he stepped in the crease. Rhino possession, 8 to play here in regulation. The Rivermen already have a tie. It did come against the Rhinos as well. They tied their first one 5-5. This is sitting at 4-4 here. Ang up top, thought about firing down low for Milne. Couldn't corral it. Albrecht behind the back pass for Peterson. Pass over to George. Ang decided to pull up there. He probably could have sent George for a ride if he really wanted to. Albrecht tees one from the point. Shoulder save by Freeman. Now a high launch. Ang couldn't quite catch on to that, or else he would have been home free. Albrecht trying to go low, short side off Freeman's pad and into the netting. That one sounded like it hurt a little bit. Now Freeman with that left arm. D-Word's got the rebound. Other stretch pass. Fairholm's got a break, but he's got Albrecht right behind him. Seth Fairholm not going too fast. Still tucks it high and wide. Zach Wildeboer, the ball handler, left side. Up top for Albrecht. He almost blows the tire, gets back up, still controls. Stick save, Freeman. Nolski gives it a little bit of a boot forward, and Milne overruns it. Now Milne loses the handle. Could be the first time he's had a lacrosse stick in his hand in a while. Bobbled that one. Rivermen control. 5:53 left to go in the second half. Luka Weski out of his crease sends it airborne. McCallia for Darren Bray. Darren Bray back to Wildeboer. Quick stick scores. Zach Wildeboer for the Rivermen makes it 5-4. And hey, they're in line for their first win of the 12-ounce Sports Cup here with that one. Now they just got to hold this lead for 5:15. Little tip drill out in front. D-Word got a piece of it. Doesn't miss by much. Alex Wildeboer now trying to slow down Connor Panic. Doesn't work. Now he's down the middle. Panic shot goes wide. Bounces to Spears. Wong is on him. Peterson's got it for Greg Beret, the leader of this Rivermen squad. Beret's shot goes wide, and it's going to bounce down. But here's Wong. Going to chase this down. Is he going to get to it first? And he will. Ethan Wong behind the net. Ang's the high man up top. Ang wants to come down the pipe and shoot it. Thought he could slide it 5-hole. Did not work at all. And now Greg Beret wanted the exact same option. Bounces a little bit too far in front of him. Seth Fairholm. They got a 3-on-2 opportunity if they want to go quick. Ang, backdoor Gillespie. Quick stick. What a save. Hunter Lukoweski comes up clutch for the Rivermen. McCallie, a little bit of a swing move. Thought about cutting towards the middle. Gillespie keeps him to the outside. Albrecht has it now stripped of the ball. Punches it back. Freeman with the save. Somehow it's kept out. I believe it was Garen Nolski that grabbed it in the crease. Here's Gillespie right side. D-Word and Fairholm are with him. Finds Fairholm. Loves to go top right shoulder. Right corner, I guess. Shoulder save. Got to combine those two. 3:23 left to go here, second half. Rhinos still trailed by 1. Zach Wildeboer shot got stopped. Milton's got the rebound. Thought about stretching it up the floor. Decides to wait it up a little bit. D-Word controls. Now you got the big 3 out there. D-Word throws it out in front. Crease violation called. Easy one, the ref standing right there. They had a chance to set something up. You got D-Word, Wong, and Milne on the floor. A little bit too rambunctious. Now they got to get a defensive stop here. Zach Wildeboer, Greg Bray, Ethan Peterson. That's a tough trio to defend right there. Freeman, great left arm save, keeping his team in it. Here go the Rhinos. Ang down the floor. Cuts towards the middle, low shot. Doesn't miss by much. Wong's gonna control 220. Pass over for Ang and he botches it. Connor Panic up the floor. Peterson right side. That goes down low. Freeman was there. Hang up for Alex Wildeboer. Wong now to tie it, and he's stopped by Luka Weski. Ethan Wong doesn't miss those chances too often. But this time, Hunter Lukoweski gets the better of him. He's got a perfect second half going here, coming in replacement for Jordan Peck. The Rhinos were up 4-3. Coming into the second half, 2 goals for the Rivermen has them looking at their first win of the 12-ounce Sports Cup. Here's McCallion out in front. Stopped by Freeman. These two teams met in week 1. And here we saw a 5-5 tie. Could we see another Fairholm for Gillespie out in front? He's stopped. Gillespie's going to get that back to D-Ward again. D-Ward's there, wants to shoot it. Lukoweski with the save, 50 seconds left. They didn't get the goaltender out. Thought they might have wanted to try that. Albrecht's got it. I'm pretty sure he's fine with killing time. Albrecht throws it away into the bench. Option here, the Rhinos going to call timeout. Oh, they're going to say that went off of a Rhino player. So it's Riverman possession. George out in front, stopped by Freeman. Jackson Freeman now, he's got to be quick. There's only 20 seconds left to go here in the second half. They need a goal. Fairholm now. Left side. D-Ward's up top. D-Ward will shoot. Saved by Lukoweski. Barre's got it. Send Greg Bray on a breakaway here with 5 seconds left. Greg Bray, is he going to want it? Looks like he'll just shoot it over the net. A little bit of an alley-oop to himself. And that's going to do it. The Rhinos end up losing this one 5-4 against the Rivermen. Hear it a little bit down there from Darren Bray. They finally pick up their first win in the very last game of week number 2. Hey, thanks for everyone who tuned in. 12-ounce Sports Cup. We got more action coming your way next week. Tuesday, same time, same place, Zingo TV, channel 761. For Cody Jansen, 12-ounce Sports, Jeff Beck, the janitor. Have a good night.